Hey everybody, Gail behind the camera here. I wanted to show you this baby blanket I made. And I couldn't quite get my wiggly webcam arm to focus where I wanted, so just doing this by hand. So this is being sent out today to the expecting parents. I'm very excited about it. And as you can see, it is an oval. And my goal with this was to kind of make a blanket that looked like something the kiddo would end up drawing someday. So big rainbow and flowers and a lot of ruffly bits, that it felt like, you know, kid construction. So the way that I made this was I did, this is, I believe it was a 40 chain, and then I just started doing double crochets on both sides of that chain back and forth. And then it was an increase of 6 at every time I came up to the top here. And then this is 2 skeins of the Karen Simply Soft Ogo, the round weird one. Oh, hold on, I think I have some in the closet still. Well, I thought I did. I don't know what happened to it. It's probably at the back somewhere. But like I'm sure you've seen the Ogo, and it's like got the perfect center pull. It looks like a yarn lamprey when you're working with it. It freaks me out. But it worked beautifully. It's nice and soft. I really like this. This is a colorway that they did, so this just striped itself. I let it just do its own thing. And then all of the detail work. So this bottom bit, all of the ruffles, the flowers, and then all of the surface crochet to add a little texture and extra color to the rainbow bit and the name. That's all Lily Sugar and Cream, just their usual cotton. So what I did for these flowers, these are all embroidered. I am not an expert embroiderer, but I really enjoy doing stuff like this. And then the stems here are surface crochet. So right, same thing as what I did here, except once I finished the surface crochet, I went back and I did another row of single crochet into the surface crochet stitches to get this stood up. If you've watched the video on the Space Ace Captain Marvel jacket, it's the same technique I used there for the little seaming bit, the piping on the shoulders of the jacket. And then over here for the name, I just surface crocheted that originally, and then I did the same thing of going back over it with single crochet again. And this is intentionally a little bit off because I wanted it to look like, you know, like when a kid writes their name, it's always kind of cute and a little bit off. So that's what happened there. And then over here, the edges are just shell stitches. So I did a 5 shell, skip a stitch, single crochet, skip a stitch, 5 shell all the way around, and then came back and shortened it each time just to give it a little bit of flavor. And so you're probably thinking to yourself, Gal, that's a lot of ins and pokey things you got to deal with, and this is going to a child. Well, I thought about that. Give me a moment. That's that's my con jacket. We're headed to Emerald City Comic Con in a couple of days. And so what I did on the back is I had this great bright plaid. I used to use this as a table cover when I did craft shows, and it sings with the rest of the color work. Just looks perfect. And as you can tell, this is not lying perfectly flat, because darts are confusing to me. I'm not good at adding darts to stuff. And so I knew it was going to be a little floofy, but I promise you, my stitching is good. This is all hand sewn. I can't do a great deal of sewing, but I know how to keep my stitches small and pretty fucking even, and I'm proud of that. Also, I want to show off this absolutely perfect corner I folded. I'm very pleased with it. Now, there is a downside to the fact that I'm not super great at this part of the project, which is that I kind of sewed it to itself a little bit. And I didn't realize that until I was done. And then this is how my brain works. I go, okay, well, I did this and I need to flatten it out again. So if I just, you know, put a small cut in the fabric, it'll flatten out again. That was wrong. You can see that I tried it twice. And those of you who sew more often than I am are probably going, well, no, Gail, what you need to do is like get the seam ripper out and flatten it and do it again, which is correct. But I needed to cover up my mistake, so I cut out a couple of little hearts and sewed them into place. And I think they look very cute. Sean is actually going to be dropping this off to the friends today, and I'll let him decide how much he's going to admit was a mistake versus how much was intentional cuteness. So that is the baby blanket. And, oh, and this was all H-hook, by the way. This was an H-hook and then a tapestry needle for the embroidery. So, pretty easy, very cute. Be careful if you do this on these surface crochets, because I lost track of time and absolutely fucked up my back again. So I'm going to go and get this folded up, and I will talk to you guys later.